It's going to need that. Gas glasses. Hey, sweetie. Peace. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. What's everybody up to? Hope everybody's doing well. Put it on my little necklace. Get on my big ass hat. Alright, let me see what's got going on here. I was able to go horizontal. Yay. I might keep some of the trolls out. Might not. I don't care. I just came on to see what was up there, buddy. I'm in town today. Got some doctor's appointments taken care of. Delpia, hey, howdy. I shaved my head. And Norma helped, of course. I'll turn the camera on. Just give me a second here. Alright. I'll flip it back. There we go. How you doing, Mom? Hope you're well. Woo! That one got me. Just a little bit. I'm gonna mute you for a minute, but I'm back. Sorry. Well, I never left, but I had you on mute. I'm getting too hot, so I had to can the beard and the hair. They're getting pretty long, both of them. I guess going vertical, I don't know if any notifications went out. I guess they did. Norma came in, and Delphia came in. Got the kittens out on the porch. Norma said she went out there the other day and they were hissing at her. They wild kitties. They're cute kitties. I got 4 kitties. Well, kittens. Precious are the male cat that we started feeding them, was hanging around here. Hasn't been coming by. Hasn't been around in about a couple days, so I don't know where Precious is, but he's a tomcat. He's all boy. And Cutie Pie is winning the babies. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing great and having a blessed day. Let's see what we got here. Norman, Raymond, George Cush, welcome in. I love that name. George W. Cush. Delphi is my mom. Well, it's Norma's mom, but she's my mom too, so you can go over there, but I don't know if she does any lives or anything. I don't think so. But she's a great woman. Great woman. Love her to death. Vertical, horizontal is kind of freaking me out. I don't think I've done a horizontal in forever. Makes me feel like I'm in a panorama view. Panoramic. Well, I think I figured something out. I didn't smoke any cigarettes last night, or this morning really, and I think I'm becoming allergic to cigarettes. I notice when I don't smoke, I don't get like, my sinuses don't mess up. So I guess I'm going to have to quit. Cigarettes, it is. But I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for stopping in. This is about as shaved as I'll get. I don't like down to perfect because I got some scars on my face. It'll happen when you go through a car windshield at 55 miles an hour and hit the dash and bounce back in. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. It got to 90 degrees today, maybe even more than that. Hot and humid. Stop in, say hi. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Normally, you want to put in a Blazing's channel? We have Bible studies on Wednesday at I think it's 6:30 Central Time. Jim, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for leaving a comment on one of my, I don't know if it was my community post or a video, but thank you. I had to get up this morning, go to the doctor's appointment. Had to have a sonogram, I guess, on my leg to try to figure out blood flow in my right leg. They think they're going to go in and do an arteriogram surgery on my right leg. They're crazy. It's not going to happen. They got my left leg and ended up in the hospital twice. It's like a hard arteriogram. It's they went in my right groin, went down my left side of my vein down to my feet, and now they want to do it on the right side. I guess I had some bleeding in my vein, so they had to go in and use something to block it. Oh no, I guess I go Tuesday next week to find the results. Sorry about that. I hope everybody's doing well and having a blessed day and life's good for you. Stay positive out there. JP's in the house. Love you there, John P. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. I try my best to stay positive, and man, that surgery I had was, well, it was the bleeding, and then they had to block it, but they had to go in there and numb up the area and then go in with a blood clotter. But man, it was so painful. It was horrible. Just drive home, coffee out. I really don't want to go through that again. Hopefully everything's okay. There might be Sophia is my mother-in-law. John eating candy. He ain't gonna tell us. He ain't gonna share. I'd tease John. No, I know you'll share. Jimenez put out a video yesterday, John. I know you watched it. Sorry, I like to sing and I hum a lot, so bellyache today. Probably from too much candy last night. But everything's good. We can have it all. Yeah, if I had all the candy, I'd be not good. Being a diabetic, you know. Mm-hmm. But I did have my blood work done, and after 3 months of not taking insulin, my A1C went from 6.3 to 7.0. So it really didn't raise that much. I got to work on dieting and exercising, but I don't take insulin anymore. The only thing I'm taking now is metformin twice a day. So I'm okay with that. But I don't have to take, anytime I can cut medicine, it's always a good thing. That is Rebellion. Welcome in. Hey. I'm just hanging out, chatting. I was playing Call of Duty mobile and got bored, and before that I was watching YouTube and wasn't much going on, so I figured I'd come on and say what's up, everybody. I haven't been on live in a little bit. I put out I don't know, I did a little AI short. It was silly, but I don't know, I was just messing around. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Blessing. Norma's in the chat. That's my woman there. And she'll post you guys links and smack you if you get out of hand. Well, ain't gonna smack nobody. Just time me out. I guess that's considered a smack. But no, everything's good. Just hanging out. I'm trying to promote a little bit of Bible studies on that we have on Wednesdays on Blazing Silver's channel. We do Bible study at 6:30 Central Time on, it's Blazing_Silver_CS. I think that's what it is. But we do that every Wednesday. Well, we try to make it every Wednesday. Well, We tried with Saturdays. That didn't work out very well for the summer, so we went to Wednesdays. And sometimes the scheduling works against you when you're trying to, bring light into a dark area. So there's complications at times, but we try to go live. Now it's on Wednesdays. So if anybody ever wants to join Bible study, it's Bibles and Bongs, and it's just a couple of people that smoke, hanging out and reading the Bible and trying to, spread God's word, stay in the light and stay positive. I hope everybody's having a good day and a good life, and staying prayed up and staying positive. With all the negativity around, it's hard not to be. It's hard to stay positive. Baking fire outside. You're on my live. Don't curse. I must have the babes around, the kids. Hey, little John P. Adventurers. I try not to cuss. Usually when I cuss, it's me not controlling my feelings or getting upset. So well, I guess they're kind of one and the same, but it's usually when people attack. That kind of ticks me off, but I'm working on that and trying to turn the other cheek. I usually don't have to worry about too much because my mods will time them out because they're protective of me, which I try to ask them not to, but they do know they're not going to get in trouble if they do. Usually it's when people attack, are racist or attack others in chat. So, I mean, people can hash it out. We can have discussions as long as people understand what debating is or having a discussion is. Everything is not going to be your way. It's not going to be necessarily a debate. It'll be a discussion. It's not about winning in a conversation. It's understanding maybe from another person's perspective what they're going through and what they're discussing. You can agree to disagree, then we can talk. But if it turns into a shouting match or I know you're wrong and people yelling at each other, then I don't like any of that kind of negative stuff on my channel. I don't even like watching it on YouTube. Nobody wants to see that. I guess when you get older, you get less drama and drama doesn't do nothing but do that. Just brings drama in your life, and I think it'll take you into darkness. And I try to stay positive. I have enough struggles with my health to worry about. Trying to stay positive in my life and well-being and not to debate or argue with somebody. I mean, I know I'm not always right. I'm far from that. I just don't like arguing. Too much drama. I try to keep things laid back. Exactly, Jim. It's just negativity, man. It's crazy. But I have been blessed on my YouTube. I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of I want to say I get a lot of inspirational videos through my algorithm because I watch a lot of people who may believe in God and are kind, but in the same token, I really have to disseminate what I'm watching because you can't you can't go to people or false prophets or people who may not agree or you may not agree with, or who knows, AI or whatever could it be doing. It's tough. I know, like when I scroll through my lives, you just scroll up, go to the next one. There's a lot of stuff I don't agree with, but I just kind of just keep on scrolling. What's up, David? Welcome in. Hope you're good, brother. Just hanging out. Just shooting the shit. Got a little bored. got mad at Call of Duty Mobile because my left hand doesn't work, and I've gotten into, I don't know, elite or master level, and there's some people that are really good, and they just wipe me out. I was on when I first started. I had a 12 game win streak, but then I kept moving up, and now I can't do anything. I'll get like down to 8 or 9 people, and then I get taken out. And it's always people flying a helicopter or riding in a car that are just going around whacking people. It's a fun game. It's kind of like PUBG Mobile. I think I need to download. Gosh, I can't think of the name of it. There's another game, Battlefield. I think that's another one. I think I'm going to download. I got PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, and I don't know 20 other games, which may be golf or slots or I don't know whatever it may be. I like RPG games, but I can't find the ones I like anymore. I like when you start off, zero level, and you're finding treasure, and you're going through dungeons and exploring maps, and you gain levels and get more powerful as you collect items and gain levels. But I can't seem to find any games like that anymore. I was an original Zelda fan back in the day. I love Zelda. I'm gonna flip the camera because I want to smoke, and out of respect, I'm not gonna smoke on camera. I hope everybody's having a great day. I had a sonogram done today. I'm not pregnant, thank the Lord. But it's basically they just go down and follow your main vein that goes down your leg to your feet, and I want to see what kind of blood flow I had. I guess it gives you the heartbeat and the blood flow through your veins as it does. We check on a baby, it just looks inside your leg. So. Don't want to do that surgery again. Last time I did it on my left leg, the actual surgery, I ended up in the hospital twice, in the emergency room. Alright. Push back around. Back on schedule. I know for a while there, my phone must have updated, but I couldn't do a horizontal stream because it would like flip, and you flip it, and I couldn't hit the button, but they rearranged it to where I can do this kind of stream, but definitely seems like less traffic this way. Senate, what's up? Senate the machete. I got the machete. Got the machete right here in front of me. A nice one too. Weed whacker. Weed whacker extraordinaire. Definitely whack the weeds for sure. I take it when I go camping. In case anything happens. Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. Welcome in. Good to see you. I still watch your shorts. I think I just seen a couple of them yesterday or the day before. That's the Elder Medicine Bear Claw. She's over on Cameraman's channel. And I watch that one too as well. I watch a lot of people. Anything paranormal, cryptid, government conspiracy, and by that I'm talking about, in particular, a channel called Dark Waters. Um, he kind of ties it into some scriptures and um, the government. So, pretty informative. I mean, I don't believe everything he says, but it's kind of like well, it's obviously not Alex Jones, but kind of same kind of format. I like Cop Watchers also. Yeah, well, I watch that. That's really where, well, I started off in the cryptids. That's how I met John P. Long, long time ago. And then everybody started grifting, and then there was a lot of people bickering between each other in the community, and so then I moved on to watching A1 Audit Community. That was back in the day, Laura Shark and Tom Zebra. And then I kind of went to hippie kind of side, just say, instead of saying stoners or whatever. And now I'm just kind of reflecting on myself and where I need to be in life. Susie Q and the gang, yep. Still see Susie. I'm actually still a mod over there, which I guess a lot of people are, but I love Susie to death. Um, I just like honest people that are, that are good people. And in time, you usually find out whether they're good people or not pretty quick. Um, I'm a pretty good judge of character as far as it's not like what's on the outside, it's more like what's on the inside. That shows you good people. I'll mute you for a second. Give me a second. He's making a fire. John P's making a fire with the kitties. I was watching one last night. I think it's abnormal investigations or paranormal investigations. I watched that one last night, man, and can't figure out what them long freaking bugs are that fly through the screen. She said like Norma said mayflies maybe. They look like rods. But he's getting a lot of weird sounds. If you guys haven't seen that guy, he's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Hey, Brother John, agree, love the good people. John B. Nash, John Boyd, Jim, Cameraman, and on. Yep. Moggs, I like Moggs. He hangs out with Jim a lot. I've known them forever. Moggs and Stevie B. Also, my family's from eastern Kentucky, in Pikeville, so I like stuff to do with cryptids and the Appalachian Trail, or in Smoky Mountains. I guess they're trying to get out some alien disclosures, but it's not like we all haven't seen it already. I like Cop Watchers also. Yeah, Cop Watchers. He just scrolled me all the way back up to the last message. Let me get back down here. I don't think the rods are bugs because they came back when it got warm and stopped all winter. Okay. Are bugs? Yeah. I was watching that show, and of course, you got your big spotlight on, so all the bugs are going to come. But I pause it, turn it on, pause it, turn it on, and you can see them flying. They're so fast. I think Gerald and Jane uh, show those on their streams, on their outdoor streams. Occasionally, they'll come up on there. I've also seen some that had them on. There's people filming in caves or on top of caves that go down in the ground, but you can see these rods flashing through too. So, but these were like bigger than like the ones I was seeing on a small screen like this. And of course, the Tic Tac UFOs. We have much strange lately. Nice and quiet here. That's good. hmm I've had some experiences, and I don't know. I just can't run very fast, so it kind of freaks me out. Huh, Gerald, I was just discussing you and Jane. hmm Talking about the rods. But I was walking through the woods and I did something I wasn't supposed to. Well, in my opinion. But I seen somebody put a heart on a tree and put their initials and like RR, like loves, whatever, JL. So I said, oh, my girlfriend at the time, I was like, I'll put mine and do that with my name on a different tree. And did it, whatever, okay. Started walking back up a hill. This was in upstate New York in the woods. And woods got definitely quiet. I mean, you could probably hear a cricket. But there was no sound at all. And I was like, man, this is weird, right? Everybody knows when the woods goes quiet that there's something going on. So I turned around and started walking down the trail, back down the trail. It was down the hill and got almost to the clearing at the edge of the forest line, and there was a big pond there that they use for fire department to suck the water out of for fires. But I got down almost all the way to the end of the trail to the pond, and a crashing noise came through the woods. I mean, this thing was like a bulldozer going through the woods. You could hear limbs breaking, trees breaking. I kind of turned around, but I never saw anything, and it never like growled like a grizzly bear. It never made any noise at all. So I was like, it was weird. I wasn't scared. As a matter of fact, I had a walking stick with me, and I sat down at the edge of the trail and started whittling a point on the stick. I mean, it was taller than me stick, so a 6 foot long stick. But I never heard it, never saw it. All I heard was the crashing through the woods. So yeah, there was no damage. It is like a bus through the woods in spirit. Exactly. No trees going down or nothing. And you could tell it was coming down the hill towards me. And I was like, holy moly. Then I was driving home and it had just snowed. And, New York's going to get a lot of snow. So there's probably a foot or more on the ground, right? And I come around this corner. And I come to a stop sign to a corner. And I look over to the left and there's footprints out in the snow, right? But the weird thing was where the road was up here, and then there was a little ditch. But whatever it was, went from the road about, jumped over the ditch about 12 foot and landed and didn't break stride and kept on going. And I went out there and tried to recreate the steps, and I wasn't even close, man. You could see my feet dragging through the snow and whatever it was. But Jane in here? Yes, give Jane a love. She's here. Hi, Jane. Kind of gabbing here, but so I'm sitting there. I actually filmed it. It was like back in the day I had a flip phone, so I couldn't really load up much. It was on Facebook, which I don't have anymore, but I filmed it, and a guy came by. What are you doing? I was like, I don't know, just checking out these tracks, man. And then I think it's Bigfoot around here, and he said, oh, okay. He just drove away. But the stride that thing had was super, super long. I also caught a I want to say orb, but it wasn't really an orb. It was more like a fairy. It was at a waterfall down in Watkins Glen, and I'm sitting there filming the waterfall this way, right, and pointing that way, and it came around my head around this way, flew into the picture frame, and was moving back and forth. And then it went in front of a little sign there. It was like a history sign. It said, "This is such and such waterfall, whatever." And I'm back up far away, and then it went out of sight and landed on the sign, and then took off and went down into the waterfall. And it didn't look like an orb; it was more like a fairy. So that was kind of freaking me out as well. Our weirdest capture was the screech owl. Looked like it was shape shifting on our 24/7 live camera. I don't think I've seen that one.
Dinner will be ready shortly.
Okay, just pasta, right? Pasta.
Well, I made a hamburger.
All right. Just hold off a minute. Thank you. I also had taken some pictures. I was looking over on a hill. I was parked in the parking lot, and I took a picture down this hill going down to town, and it was just like a hayfield, wheat field, just grass or whatever. But it looked like there was tombstones on there, but there was nothing, you know, you could see through the lens. But once the picture was taken, that's what it looked like, our doorways, or even steps or stairs. But there was hundreds of them. And then I took a picture to the right of that, and it came out, it was a circle, but it had like like a clock, every 2 hours there was a circle on the end, and it looked like there was people's faces inside of those pictures. It's very weird. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of weird stuff happens to me when I'm out in the woods. So the biggest one was I fell asleep in the woods up in upstate New York in the daytime. Sat down leaned up against a tree and fell asleep. Got woke up by a black bear growling at me and smacking the ground with his paw and chomping his teeth, kind of like chomping his teeth. Stood up and said, "Hey, bear." Walked away down the hill and never looked back, but it didn't eat me. So that's the one that really gets me about going in the woods. Of course, something coming through the woods chasing you don't see it is kind of weird too, but I mean, it all adds up. Hey, Sonia. Or Sanya. Welcome in. Sorry, when I do that, I'm cheap ass glasses. They have I can't read print, but 2020 like far away. I have to go look for that owl one, Gerald. Joey and you guys are more than welcome to post your post your channels. Back was alone about 4 miles. No weapon. Woke middle of the night. Something shaking the tent. Crazy mad like. Yeah, that's not fun. That's for sure. I never thought I would be face to face with a bear. I think I startled it because I was sleeping, so I didn't see it coming or hear it, and he came around the corner. Of course, I know he had to smell me, but he wasn't happy, or she, whichever it was. Me and Nora was sitting right here in this room one night around 11:30, and started hearing howling noise outside, right? I was like, whatever, it's a dog howling, whatever, coyote, wolf, whatever. Wouldn't shut up, man. So finally we got up and went outside, and there was the howling turned into growling. And what was really weird was the growling seemed as loud as the howling. And it felt like it was an ultrasonic howl. And it also seemed like whatever was making this noise, to be able to be that loud, had to be huge or have a giant lung capacity to be able to do that. And we turned our porch light on. It was one of those really dark nights, and light, I could see 50 yards out or whatever. But the noise sounded like the growling was like it was right in my face or right beside me or on top of the patio, on top of the tin roof, whatever it may be, that we never saw it. So after a little bit, not very long at all, it seemed like 10 minutes, it was probably more like 2 or 3 minutes, I said a prayer out loud, a protection prayer, and to stop howling, we went back inside and we've not heard it since. And not to mention, I don't know, I had a bear print that it actually looks like a human print with claws on the toes. I did a AI short on it, and to let it do whatever it wanted to do with the print, and it actually made a bear video, put a bear in the frame, like it knew it was a bear, but the claw prints on them look more like they're thin. They're not really thick they're not really thick. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joe. I just actually was watching you on the Cryptid Huntress a little bit ago. But yeah, they look like claw prints, and I don't know whether the bear might have had his back paw and the front paw, but there's no claws on the back paw, or if it was the same, front and back, a bear kind of walks in their own tracks. It really didn't look like that, and I really couldn't tell, like, until you really look at it. I wish I still had that picture on there I could show you, but that it had a heel print on it, and it had like the arch in the middle of the foot. And for the lack of words to describe it, it looked more like a Voloptus raptor claw than it did a bear claw. Bear claws are kind of thicker, and then they go to the point. This was just all thin. And not to mention, we had heard that noise out there, and whatever it was. But it's we've had something taking our hummingbird feeder down, taking it apart, putting it back together, and drinking out the sugar water. And that print that we did take was right about outside our deck, right where the hummingbird feeder was. Just good shows. It's always fun to be on. We talk about Lake Michigan and mermaids. Yes, and vampire. That's the one I was watching earlier. I'm always there. I may not always come in and say something, but I always go in and hit the like for sure. And back alone about 4 miles. Oh, it took me all the way back up there again. Sorry. Had a rock grout at me. Okay. First, no one there. That was in my chest. I know the feeling. Yeah, that feeling was like, let me get caught up with that just because the shows are always fun, okay? Drinking the sugar water and putting it back. Yeah. I mean, a bear, take it apart, and then, like at the bottom, you flip it over, you unscrew the bottom, then you fill it's a plastic clear place for the liquid, and they put it back up and hung it back up again. And then over there, under our car there's a little place where the hummingbirds can land and drink, and that little piece was thrown under the car. We also have had our rear view mirror ripped off our car on the inside twice. Um, there's been some times where we'll hear people screaming. We'll go on the back porch. They won't, but they'll be saying "help, help," and you get like a girl's voice, but there'll be nobody out there, and we're like, "No, thank you." I know it sounds cold, somebody's calling for help, but they don't answer you back. So yeah, I need a three-toed prince, man. And I have not. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't know. I think it's going to sound weird. It might sound weird, but um, I had an out of body experience. I went in the light, and for some reason, I'm not trying to bring this into fruition or manifest anything, but I feel like the darkness is attracted to me. So I try to just stay prayed up. I don't even really like going out outside at night. I used to love to go camping when I was my family when I was a kid, but me and Norma's went a couple times, no problems. But with my health issues, and Norma broke her foot about 2 years ago, so we haven't been out camping or going fishing or anything. I think I might be getting well enough that I can start fishing again, and her foot's healed up. But what sucks about that is she broke her foot when we went fishing, so it has some bad memories for us. And then being out after dark, I mean, we can go fishing during the day, that's not a problem. I have seen a teepee up in upstate New York. It's probably like 40-foot long trees, starting maybe 6 inches, and shredded down like just long poles, and put in the ground upside down, and then perfectly formed around, no footprints, nothing around it, no opening to get in. And they look too big for like a lot of work for one person to do. And it was made like in the come down the road. There's a gully, and then it went into a stream, but it was made in a washout in the sand in the gully. Okay, I not really didn't finish what I was saying about get ready to say about what I was going to say, which had to do with my out of body experience. But I don't know. I've had like out of body experience and went into the light, and I don't know if being in the light or being a good person is. I know it's definitely saved me in so many different ways. But in turn, I also think darkness looks for people in the light. So we had, yeah, Carl's up on our show Sunday. He said he called the flute that if it may and made or maybe a pale person. Yeah. Let's see here. We are the light, the darkness, the dark is attracted to us. So I didn't even read that until now. The light has a strong, so the dark can't get into your aura. Yeah, the darkness, whether it be I also believe there's good cryptids and bad cryptids. I don't know if they're coming through the veil, or if they're demonic. I mean, it goes so deep. It goes the Watchers, the fallen ones. Um, but I do believe there's good and evil. And they're not really going to mess with somebody that's bad, you know. They don't care about the person that's a bad soul because they already got their soul. What they want is the people, they want to take, your soul from God. So I stay prayed up and I stay positive, and of course, give no demonic spirits any realm over me or my family, my property. Rebuke them in the name of Jesus Christ, and stay positive. Carl Soap is a good guy. I started watching. I didn't get to it. I think I was watching it earlier today, actually. Good people. Good people. I like. Also watch. Well, I haven't been watching him that much lately, but Mud Fossil University. It's okay. I think it's Black Paranormal. I think the Black Paranormal guy, he deals a lot with Appalachian Mountains and the feral people. I'm starting to think that the veil is just the fact that humans can't see but less than 1%. By 1% of the light frequency range. It is all in front of all the time, but we can't see it at all. Did you see where they made the new night vision contacts? And they were having the same thing that happened in Vietnam, I guess, with the gunners on helicopters with their night vision. I guess they were seeing demonic demons and stuff flying around and actually shooting at them. So they changed the frequency from red to green. But I think you're absolutely right. The spectrum has a lot to do with it. I think there's a lot to do with megahertz and frequency sound waves as well. I remember the beds went crazy when they could see. Good example. Right? I think they're not releasing those contacts. Maybe they'll change the color wave on those as well. I mean, I don't know if it did any good, but I know there's frequencies for healing. I had the stroke, and there's frequencies that are supposed to help you with your neurosenses, neuropathy, nerve damage, neuron signals. And the pineal gland, of course, the third eye. You do like ISD or such, you probably are seeing, and we call it hallucination. Yeah, your mind don't let you believe it either. I want a pair. They live sunglasses. Yeah. See, I mean, I had my out of body experience when I was 15, and I'm still dumbfounded by it. We were driving, the guy passed out, we hit a tree, I went through the car windshield. Then the next thing I know, I woke up, warmth went down my body. The person beside me was screaming. There were 6 people in the car. I told her to shut up because she was screaming right in my ear, and I said, I'm bleeding to death. I took my hand and put it up in the scar, which is all the way down my neck and up in my face, and passed back out. Next thing I remember was lights and sirens all around me, and there was a ambulance technician or whatever. The sitting said they're getting the jaws of life. They're going to get you out. And I said, okay. But she looked like an angel with all the backlighting on her. Welcome in to see Little Chomla. I'm sorry, I butchered your name, but welcome in. And then blacked out again, passed out. I woke up. I really didn't wake up. Next thing I know, it's going to sound weird, but I'm hovering in the ceiling, looking over my body as they're operating on me. The doctors and the nurses in the emergency room, right? And then next thing I know, boom, I was in the light. I was in white. It seemed like I had a floor. It was like a floor, and it seemed like a room, but the room with no ending. No beginning, no ending. And there was some leading me beside me. Well, actually, it's on this side of me. And we walked, or I don't know if we walked. I think I was just floating. But it felt like we were walking. But then we were led to another, even stronger being. And this whole time I'm like, man, I shouldn't be here. What's going on? It wasn't like, angels singing or anything. I was, 15 and kind of freaked out. We had been drinking, and he passed out. So I was already feeling guilty, and I heard in my head, I was asked, well, I was given an option. He said, I can stay or go back. I said, go back. Not out loud, but in my head, because And then next thing I know, I woke up in my body and opened my eyes, and I was in recovery. So I don't know where I was going to go with that, but I want to express what happened to me again. Those who hadn't heard or didn't know, but that's the only thing that keeps me positive in life, because I was given a second chance at life, and then third, fourth, and fifth. Did I make a mistake? Should I have stayed? The one thing I know is that I was given this second chance, but it didn't mean that I'm going to end up back in heaven. I still have to do the right thing, repent, and be of God, and hope that I can get back in heaven. But they don't say people can fall from grace for any reason, so it's a struggle. Let's see here. I just call you Lil. Thank you, Lil. Lil. And then, I have had been attacked by the dark side before. Doing things I shouldn't have done or wasn't supposed to be doing, and living in a bad area. Full of crime, drugs, gangs. I was told that somebody made a voodoo doll of me and was practicing voodoo on me. And I think I lived in the apartment that I lived in was known on Google for being a drug apartment. But when we rented it, there was a vine going up, not a real vine, but a vine like a rose bush, thorny vine going up and going to the ceiling, right? It was painted on there. Didn't think nothing of it. We'll paint it, whatever. But then as we were laid down in the bed, you look up the ceiling, and they had taken white paint for the ceiling and marked it, and it looked like a pentagram where all the markings were. I think that was, and of course there was a lot of devil worshipping going on, and voodoo and drugs, prostitution. I feel like we are all travelers. We leave God to wander, can get lost, but Jesus can't help us back home. As our kids go out and learn, who are just travelers. God is cool. It gives us, freedom of choice. And we are to learn from our mistakes. They're going to tear us down before He can build us back up. BJ, BJ's Misadventures, welcome in. But that's why we're doing the Bible study over on Blazing Silver's channel, because I wanted to get, read the Bible and try to get closer to Christ, and all my love for our Father comes through my out-of-body experience and knowing the blessings that I've been given. Even when I had that rough time 10 years ago, I felt like I was reborn back into the light because I was having some paranormal activity going on, and it was of darkness, and some weird things were really happening. And once I ended up getting out of that state, all that stuff stopped. As soon as I actually pretty much went across the state line, which is really weird. But I mean, I look at pictures, and the pictures were like not what the picture actually was. That really freaked me out. And I was seeing a lot of duplicate numbers, whether it be on the time, on clocks, or whether it be written. It was. I saw a lot of pictures drawn, whether they were elves, pixies, but a lot of demonic stuff. Mathematical equations. And then who knows of all the blessings that we get and don't even know about. And I try to count mine. I try to stay in the light. And I just want to, we're doing the Bible study, try to maybe understand a little bit more and get closer. But I try to repent daily. I pray daily. But life is good at the moment, so I don't want to say life's great, because I know, like, the only way to go if everything's going great is down or something bad happens. So I don't want to sound conceited, but I don't want to not think that I'm not going to be given other challenges in my life. I had that surgery done, ended up in the emergency room twice, and I could have bled to death because of the bleed in my main vein that goes down my leg and my groin. They had to go and use a blocking agent.
Take this off the charger because it's lightning around 11 miles from us.
Got storms coming in. Storms are brewing. Well, I'm going to put you on mute again. Give me a second. Sorry about that. You wonder what I'm doing? I'm rolling a cigarette. This is my cigarette machine. And I just use that and buy tobacco in tubes. It's less expensive. I can get 10 packs of cigarettes for $20 that way. Damn for tobacco. I know it's got to be better for you because if I buy a pack of Marlboros, even Marlboro Lights, Marlboro Blacks, I guess, are the cheap ones. But I smoke a pack a day. If I smoke a pack of store-bought cigarettes, I'm wheezing and coughing at the end of the night, really bad. So I smoke a pack of these, and nothing really. I know me, I ain't saying it's good for you. I think it's better than all the spraying and stuff they put in it. God created the flower and the butterfly. The first marriage both requires each other to recreate. That was the math used to populate the earth. Matt talks to God a lot. It's all math. We grow and roll waters. I can send you tobacco seeds. Right? I don't have a place to grow them. I live in it's not really a trailer park. It goes, turn into our street and it's gravel and it goes up a hillside. Not a hillside, but it's not a really sharp grade uphill. And they're all on one side going down. There's like 20. It's not like a circle, and we're at the top of the hill. Last trailer on top of the hill, so nobody messes with us. We lived there about 4 years. Other than cryptids and a few paranormal encounters, nobody's messed with us. We live in the sticks pretty much. It costs us $10 to go to town in gas for the stupid gas prices. But yeah, our landlord's a jerk. We really should start looking for another place to rent to own, or would be the ideal situation. But me and Nora both are on disability. I'm sure there's something we could find too. We go through housing, or HUD, it's what it's called here. I'm kind of not a big person on change. I like our solitude. It takes us every bit of 45 minutes to get to a town close enough to where there's a Walmart or a Kroger's or even a McDonald's for that matter. We have one Dollar General store and one gas station in our town. Our town has less than 300 people in it. But it's a lot of farmland. It's beautiful out here. Down in Arkansas. Of course, I am from Kentucky originally. I lived in Kentucky, I've lived in Ohio, I've lived in New York, Oklahoma, Valiant, Oklahoma, and then Lawton, Oklahoma. I like traveling. I did when I could get around. But the stroke kind of put a damper on that a little bit. Kind of messed up my left side. Of course, it's going to be the left side. I'm left-handed, so I can't even sound my name really anymore. I use my right hand, but it looks like a person in kindergarten. That's all me. I mean, if I was to work and practice that, I'd do better, but I think John P. said he got some of those that there tobacco seeds from you. I would love to do it. Hello. The white one? Hopefully you got the head off. Did you put broadside on it? Okay. Yeah, tick season. Ticks are really in the news right now. It's crazy. Sis just pulled a tick off her. I guess kind of a conspiracy going around about the ticks right now. The ticks with the white dots on them. I don't know if you guys watched that or not. There's a guy that me and John P watch. It's That's Impossible channel. I think it's John Mendez's second channel. He sends them all over the world. Australia, John P, Canada, all over. Is that a good old Kentucky tobacco? I never hung tobacco. I never cut tobacco. I baled hay and put it in the barn, but I think I'm going to jump off here in a minute. Let's see, a tick has to be on the body for more than 24 hours to get the disease. Ask AI. Well, I believe you. I mean, they can also they try to pull them off, and if you don't get the head out, I guess they'll burrow into your body. I know that's how people get Lyme disease. But the new one is the one, I guess it makes you allergic to food. I'm sorry, allergic to meat. I guess that wouldn't have anything to do with bioengineered meat. Imagine that. Something that's going to make you not want to eat meat makes you allergic. And now they have the solution. Just want to mask us up and keep us in the house again. Roger, heck, I didn't know. I forgot Roger wasn't in here. He's always in here. Good to see you, Roger. Love you, brother. John P got a tummy ache, so he's not eating the candy. I think she said she made hamburgers and a pasta salad. Yeah, I try to keep my cross on. You just took a nappers, did you? Is it hot down there? Over there? It got up to the 90s here today. It was humid and hot. Supposed to be thunderstorms moving in, but they also said it's supposed to rain this morning at 11, and we haven't had any rain all day. Shaved my hair off today. That's good weather up in the hills. But I've also I walked into the living room. Norma's sitting in a chair to the left of me, and I looked to the right. She was looking at the TV, so she wasn't facing me. But I saw like a black silhouette walk a couple steps, and kind of went into the TV. I feel like this is tribal land or sacred land, and when they grade our street, it picks up round river rock all on top of a hill. So I think this was actually at one time a creek bed. And it's a beautiful area. We had some really old, never harvested trees around here. That would take probably 6 people at least to stretch your arms around it and wrap around the tree. And the one up across the street from us in the field by where our neighbor is has a big giant, and it's a trident tree. And each one of the breaks off of the trident is big as an average sized tree. But I got vibes off of that. It was a smaller statued type of black figure, which I was thinking had the energy of a woman, and for some reason it felt Native American. I mean, that's just a feeling I got, but I mean, I could be wrong. I guess it's all Native American land at one time. That's a whole different topic. I tried to take a nap earlier, but I think I fell asleep for a minute or two. Didn't last very long. Appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out and shooting the shit. Nice having people come in here and understand what's going on. Right? But there's a lot of crystals and I guess kind of a rock hound, so anything that shines, or especially when it rains, there's a lot of conglomerate rock with gems locked in them, and a lot of crystal, a lot of quartz. So anything that shines, I usually pick it up and got it kind of wrapped around my my home. I had an old let's see here. It was, I'm trying to think what it, potting protector. What is that? The pots you grow plants in that are like ceramic. I had a big one. I had it filled with different rocks and quartz. And one night I'm laying in bed, and 3 in the morning I hear a smash. I heard like something hit the trailer, as far as I thought hit the trailer. Couldn't figure it out, but the next morning when I got up and went outside, something had picked it up and slammed the quartz and all the rocks down on with that container on the ground. So it's kind of weird. Kind of freaked me out. Let's see here. Good to see you, Raymond. Just sat down on the garage. It's changing radiator for the neighbor. Let's see here. You on the Appalachians? Am I on the Appalachians? I'm in Arkansas. My family is from the Appalachians. Well, my great grandfather was in Pikeville and died of black lung. He was a coal miner. So I definitely have, I don't want to say hillbilly roots, because people can use that as a derogatory statement as far as, you know, I mean, I don't mind being called a hillbilly. I think those are good people to me. I guess it's anything and how you use it and in the context. Yeah, he lived right off the Bluegrass Mountain Parkway. when he passed, we went to his funeral, of course, and I was just a little thing, probably 5. But they had his funeral was they have the viewing. They bring him to the house, and he was in his house in the casket for like 3 days, and people would come by, pay respect, and other families bring food in, and they'd all sit down, they'd eat and pay their respects and hang out. It was just kind of weird, being that little and sleeping in the house with the body was kind of threw me off a little bit as a child, but it's the way it is, the way it was back then. Well, at least in the hills of Kentucky. Yeah, me and Norm had to change out our radiator a couple of years ago. They weren't very expensive. Of course, replacements. You could buy the metal ones, but they're plastic. So if you don't winterize them, they don't last very long. I'll give you a flip for a second. I miss Kentucky. I miss the hills of Kentucky for sure. All right. Copy that. I'm back. I'm back. But again, I'm going to jump off here, guys. Much love to everybody. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Love y'all. Stay blessed in God's light, and stay positive. Show kindness and love to each other. And I'll catch everybody when I can. Yeah, we used to go to Pikeville, Kentucky way back in the day, and I guess you had to go in Pikeville in town, and they had a A&W root beer stand. We get that A&W root beer and those foot-long hot dogs, man. Talk about a big deal. Back in the day, that was the big deal for us. We had the foot-long with mustard and onions. Good stuff. And you could buy like that root beer in the gallon jugs, take it home. Good stuff. But know you're loved. If anybody ever needs anything, man, hit me up on my channel. I got big shoulders, kind heart, and I try to help out anybody I can. Guys, stay blessed. Know you're loved. And I'll catch you on the next one.